Researchers sent a fairly good-looking guy into a shopping mall to approach random women and ask for their phone numbers. As you might expect from cold approaching strangers, he got rejected. A lot. But his success rate suddenly spiked whenever he moved his pitch to one specific location, directly in front of a flower shop. The ambient association with romance primed the targets to be more receptive. When researchers followed up and asked these women if standing near a flower store influenced their decision, the response was unanimous. Absolutely not. They felt completely in control of their choice. But they weren't. Human choices are constantly manipulated by environmental cues before a single word is even spoken. While the quality of your message matters, the conditions you create before you deliver it often dictate its success. You are preparing the psychological soil for the seed you are about to plant. This diagram illustrates an A/B test run on an online furniture store. Half the visitors landed on a page with soft clouds in the background, and the other half saw a background filled with coins. Those subtle background images drove drastically different purchasing behavior. The cloud group zeroed in on high-priced comfort features, while the coin group strictly hunted down the cheapest budget options. And once again, when asked if the background images dictated their spending, every single buyer laughed off the idea. You can do the exact same thing with words. Here is a monolithic bar graph representing $1 million. A software salesman was struggling to sell a specific product, losing clients the second he brought up the actual price tag. So he made a tiny adjustment. Right before revealing the cost, he would joke, "Obviously, I can't charge you $1 million for this." Then he would drop the real price, $75,000. The pushback instantly vanished. By throwing out a massive, irrelevant number, he hit a psychological reset button. He anchored their baseline so high that $75,000 suddenly felt like a massive discount before negotiations even started. The next principle is unity. This tactic establishes a shared identity, or family-like bond, to lower a target's critical barriers. When investors worried about the future of Berkshire Hathaway without Warren Buffett, he didn't reassure them with hard data. In his shareholder letter, he wrote, "I will tell you what I would say to my family today." That single sentence generated immediate, unquestioning trust. This reaction appears to be a hardwired evolutionary trait, manifesting even in toddlers who have no concept of corporate strategy. This bar chart shows the baseline helpfulness of 18-month-old toddlers. Researchers showed them images of single individuals or two people standing apart, and then accidentally dropped items on the floor. Only 20% of the babies crawled over to help. But when a third group of toddlers was shown an image of two people standing closely, shoulder to shoulder, the compliance rate skyrocketed to nearly 60%. These toddlers possessed zero logic or language skills. Our vulnerability to a shared identity cue is a primitive, deeply coded DNA response rather than a failure of intellect. You can actively apply this psychology in your own life with very minor tweaks. For example, when you have a new product or idea, never ask a colleague for their opinion or feedback. Instead, ask for their advice. Feedback is a judgment word that creates distance. Advice creates a cooperative state, forcing them to take a psychological step toward you and adopt a shared goal. You can even do this with a hostile audience. Before pitching a controversial idea to a resistant coworker, remind them of a past mutual success. Force their brain into a team-oriented mindset before you deliver the new request. This works on yourself, too. If you need to hit a financial goal, physically place visual reminders of money on your desk. If you need to be highly analytical, put an image of a complex thinker on your screen. You have to decorate your environment to persuade your own brain. Active control over your environment and your opening words allows you to shift the mindset of those around you and your own. There is a dark side to this architecture. You will encounter people who weaponize small, unprompted favors right before hitting you with a massive, unreasonable request. This hijacks our evolutionary need for reciprocity. When someone does you a favor, you accrue social debt, creating an intense, almost physical urge to say yes to whatever comes next just to clear the ledger. Your only viable defense mechanism is a mandatory time delay. When you feel that immense pressure to comply, force a pause. Tell them you need a day to think about it. You have to give your brain's logical centers time to break the subconscious spell. In the high-stakes game of influence, The winner is rarely the person with the best argument. The winner is the architect who silently set the stage.